This morning, somebody shared a video on WhatsApp with me, and it's explaining the faith, how to become a saint. It is not what you think, and it's by Father Chris Allard. I'll share the video in the comments below. And I was just listening to this video. I thought it was fascinating, and lots of good points. Just something that I'd like to that I found helpful in this whole process is, how do you view your relationship with Christ? How do you view a relationship with Christ? Many people don't even believe in him. They see him so distant that he's an historical figure that has absolutely no impact on my life. So it's amazing to see the different views that the world has of Jesus Christ. Even Catholics, baptized Catholics, are distant from him, don't know him, don't understand him, don't see him as having any meaningful impact in your life. That, he's something we learned about in school, but he doesn't have any impact in our life. The greatest way that I've found in looking at him is having him as the most intimate friend that you can have in your life. The most intimate conversations, the most intimate, the person that will you can share problems with. But not only that, he is the person that will say to you when you're struggling, Robert, I know you're struggling. Give me that problem. Give me that temptation. Give me what you're struggling with, because I can help. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. Let me take you on my way. And Christ is rooting for us. He wants us to be with him. He has done everything possible to bring us to him. And all he's asking us to do is just hand over your problems, your trials. I mean, if you read the gospel, he just jumps out from the pages as this person, this God that wills our salvation, that wants our salvation. So many times, it's amazing with this channel, the comments that come in, the comments on this. And one day, I had put out in a video, I know where I'm going. I said to them, I know where I'm going. I am going to heaven. I am going to be with the person who has loved me, who wills that I be with him in heaven. And people say, no, you shouldn't have said that, and this, that, and the other. There was quite a storm in the comments, and I was just thinking, and I had to go back and rethink. But this is the Christ that loves me. This is the Christ that died for me. This is the Christ that fills my thoughts. This is the Christ that takes away the pain in my life. This is the Christ that I can hand things to. This is the Christ that has done so much in my life. This is the Christ that fills my interior. This is the Christ I've touched, I've seen, I've heard. This is the Christ that saved the world. This is the Christ of 2,000 years ago, and this is the Christ of today. This God who became man, who took on our body, who took on our flesh. He wants us to be with him. He'll do everything possible for us to be with him if we hear his voice, eat his body. If we turn away from what is separating us from him. If we give back our existence, our will to God. Because he came into this world and we have to give it back to God. And I wonder, do some Catholics get this? Going to heaven is easy. It's easy. It's very simple. It's doing what Christ is asking you to do today, in the now of your moment. Not in the past, not worrying about the future, in the now of your life. In this moment of time, you can make a decision. I will do what God wants. I will be kind to the person that's annoying me. I will pray in this moment of time. I will turn my heart to Christ in the now of my life. Live in this moment in time. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. You've confessed yesterday, you've made amends, and you promise not to sin again. You can't go back, you can't change. You can be a saint, you can be with Christ in the now of your life, in this moment in time. He wants every single soul to be with him in heaven. He has that conversation with you in the now of your life. He is there beside you. I always felt him very close. The more you pray, and prayer is the greatest proof of his existence. Will always be. Prayer, that prayer of the heart, your heart united to his, is the greatest proof of his existence. He speaks to you in that prayer. I mean, there's nothing greater. I think there's nothing more mystical. There's nothing greater than taking the Gospels and going in front of the Blessed Sacrament. I mean, you're nourished on both sides. There's nothing greater than that. You know, and hopefully the Adoration Chapel has a beautiful statue of Our Lady, and you can pray the Rosary. I mean, what more do you need? You will find a fountain of grace in just that prayer. And you will lead others to Christ in that prayer. You will show them. They will see Christ in you, and they will question, what do you have that I don't? Why are you so happy? How can you live like that? How can you forgive? How can you move on? How can you get over stuff? Because the conversation is incredibly spectacular. I mean, Christ's voice to me is of a dear friend who has done everything possible to help me in my life. And whenever there's a problem, it's just a voice. Robert, you can do it with me. You can do it with me. You can walk with me. Because I know the voice that called me. I know the person that loves me. That is the call to heaven. And we have to bring as many souls as we can to him with that. We have to encounter the Christ in the other. We have to encounter, because Christ is standing beside every single soul. We have to encounter him beside that soul and say, look, what you're going through, you can't do it. But the person that's standing beside you that loves you can. Give your life to him. Give your soul to him. Give your will to him. Ask him. Ask him again and again and again. Go to him. You will find he speaks to you. He loves you. He encounters you. That's the profundity of the call to heaven. Because we're all called there. We're all called to that place. We call it sanctity. We call it being a saint. But it's far greater than that. It's a call to the most intimate friendship. We're all called to that banquet. We're all called to sit down with him. We're all called to a love that you cannot comprehend. So I just think it's great. It's a great moment in this church to be Catholic at the moment. And it's a great time to renew the faith. But we will only renew the faith by turning to Christ. We have to turn to him. We have to talk to him. We have to worship him. Our priests need to turn to him. They need to lead us to him. He is the center, not us. We don't need a liturgy turning to us. We need a liturgy turning to Christ. Because it's in that profound silence you encounter this great God who wills our salvation. He wants us to be with him. And we have to share this with the world. You know, the world will be profoundly changed if we did this. That's my view anyway. I don't know. That's how I view prayer. This beautiful conversation with Christ. It's my hermitage here. Sometimes I feel, but it's beautiful. Anyway, just thought I'd put it out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Because I do think it's a profound meditation. But see Christ as your dearest friend who wants you with him in heaven. He wants you there. He doesn't want you away from him in sin. You know, he doesn't want you stuck in pornography. He doesn't want you stuck in drugs or alcohol or stuff that takes your mind away from him. Turn to him. Love him through your wife. Love him through your children. Love him through the messiness of your life. Love him as you walk along. You'll see how it changes stuff. It just does. I don't know how it happens. It just does. It just does. Once you hand your problems over to him and your temptations over to him, you can't do it. You can't do anything in the spiritual life if you don't have it rooted in him. Hand it over to him. Anyway, God bless. Take care. Bye bye.